Well, next time we see this little girl, we will be living in town and all sorts of fun stuff going on. We're all packed up, we're all locked up. Somebody stole one of the big fenders. Doesn't surprise me at all. And there she is. Another amazing trip. We're out of here. 3 days on the boat, I've managed to film nothing. And that's probably how it's going to be. We're so busy. We're down on the boat. We have 9 days to clean up the winter. And actually the boat was looking really good. We've done such a good job of keeping her going that she's fine. I think my level of concern for the quality of brake work is higher than most people's. And so when I look at it, I'm like, man, my boat's trashed. And other people are like, it's perfect. What's wrong with it? Anyways, we're selling the boat. Of course we're selling the boat. I've talked about this before. And also about living with an invisible disability, which I've been doing for 40 years. And it gets a little more challenging every day, but certainly is not the end of the world. I'm 60. I'm almost 60. And every year, your body just starts to fall apart and my eye muscles are clenching. And so I had reconstructive eye surgery when I was 15. After the surgery, my doctor sat me down and said, well, didn't quite go the way we wanted to. We're halfway good. You're going to be disabled for the rest of your life. We're going to put you on disability and you're just not going to have a normal life. And the first thing I said was, does that mean I don't get to drive a car? And he said, likely. And I got up and I ran out the door and never went back. And so I've been hiding my disability for 40 years from the world as best as I can. And it gets a little harder to deal with every year. And now it's getting rough. I think I first noticed it around 2010. And I was kind of like, I had a buyer for the Roo, which is my Lego 24. And even that was a stretch. So if you go back, I was like, I don't know if I can boat anymore. My eyes are done. And I sold my Cirrus Sport, but then a Flicka fell into my lap and I bought it and that was great. And I had a partner and it kind of worked out a little bit. And then I sold that and I got the Allegra. I'm like, things were getting a little tougher. And then, so I sold that. I'm like, I'm done. And then a Falmouth Cutter fell into my lap and bought that and had that for 13 years. And that was an absolute struggle. There was no point in which I didn't struggle to navigate, to see my charts, to make sense of what the world was doing. If you put up a hand, I see the hand. And then I see a mirror image of the hand because it's kind of cocked and it's kind of up here. And then the distance, the cross, depending on... So my world's just insane and I don't really care. I'm sort of used to it. But I got to the point where I had no business being on a boat. So I sold my Falmouth Cutter, which was the biggest mistake of my life. I should have kept that thing and had a Viking funeral in it. Anyways, if you don't know what that is, they let you on fire, push you out to sea. But then we found Amica. And she is one of the last Bristol Channel Cutters ever built. She's 34 years old. Drop dead gorgeous. Needs a little bit of this and a little bit of that you would expect from a boat this old. And I knew the day I signed the contract on this that it was going to be a constant struggle and that I was completely out of my league and I had pushed it too far and I just didn't care. When you live your whole life challenged in ways that other people aren't, you see the world in a different place. I wake up every day and I'm like dancing around the house and singing, I'm alive, I'm alive. I can see the world is my oyster. Other people wake up pissed off and grouchy. I think they call it Dunning-Kruger. What's it called, babe?
Dunning-Kruger.
Or is it Kruger-Dunning?
It's Dunning-Kruger.
It's the Dunning-Kruger effect. You think your abilities are greater than they are. I know a lot of people have it a lot worse than I do. But I was like, okay, well, I'll just lay down and call out orders to Kimchi and that will be fine. This boat's a little big for her first boat. And so after a couple of years, we're just like, it's just too much. It's too stressful and I can't handle the boat. I can't handle walking down the block, let alone handling the boat. And my dizziness on anything that moves is out of control. I'm just sick. If I walk on a floating dock, a big concrete stable dock that you think is like walking on a sidewalk, I get sick for hours. And so we're like, well, let's put it for sale loosely and we'll see what happens. And let's try and shoot video of us getting the boat ready to sell. And that's an interesting concept or interesting place for me because I was also at the place where Kimchi's like, let's get a brand new custom yacht, and I'll get you anything you ever wanted, and we'll put it on that boat. And so those are the two tables I have. A brand new custom yacht that I'll likely never be able to use again, but there's a 10% chance that this will get better and go away. Or take the boat that I have. I love Lyle Hess designs. I like varnishing, I like waxing, I like polishing bronze. I like this small, simple little cabin. She's rudimentary. I don't know, the main cabin is probably 7 feet by 10 feet. And then the galley's 10 feet by 5 feet. It's a little boat. I don't have a hot shower. I have a flushing toilet, although I'm still in the bucket. I train very slowly. And so we got into this concept of really, what should we do? I'm 58 years old. I'm going to die soon. Do I want to live my last final dream, which is an absolute custom from the ground up boat? I've looked at a lot of boat builders. I lived, well, I can't really talk about it. I lived at a boat builder, but I'm not going to say who, for a while I was doing some work. And so I've got a lot of experience in watching them take nothing and turn it into a brand new boat. And that was the first concept, was like, let's just do it. Let's get a brand new boat and we'll trash it and we'll leave it for my nephews. My nephews are sailors, or at least one of them's a serious sailor. And I'll leave him this old trashed out boat. And that's not my original thought. I got that from Bob Bitchin after years and years and years of him having old boats and always fixing and restoring and doing things. He wanted a new boat. That boat didn't end as well as he had hoped it would. And so we thought about it and we sat down, like, well, oh no, I gotta go. Hold on. I totally lost my train of thought. Look what I just got. It even has a little key to lock it and some little latches. This is, I'm gonna set it down. I don't want to scratch the table. This is bribery for Kimchi. Does it just come out? No. Well, shoot. I guess I'm gonna hopefully not. Sextant, 1944. I don't think it's ever been taken out of this box. So this is it. 1944 Navy sextant. Everything seems to be here except I don't know what this is. And under here, there's one little thing that looks like something's missing. So I'll figure out what that is and see if we can get this. I'm going to just let Kimchi take over. And we've got our nautical almanacs right there. So she's got her HO lists somewhere there. Oh, and look what's right next to it. Celestial Navigation. We have the best library in the world. This is a gunk-holing, day sailing, overnight, and slow distance, locally cruising boat for wherever we sail. San Juan's in Canada. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. She is so fortunate. I'm so excited for her. Anyways, we'll get into that later. So, where was I? Yes. Bob Bitchin, who I met coming out of Baja probably in 1988 as he was coming up the coast. He was just wrecked. I guess he had too long and too fun of a cruise. And so he went on to start Latitudes and Attitudes and whatever other magazines he did. But even with his marine industry connections, he had challenges in building a brand new custom boat. So we're like, well, maybe we're done biting off so much. Let's just take this boat, put it for sale, and then spend 2 years dinking around on it and just doing little projects here and there. And that will kind of be like my last hurrah. If I'm not better after 2 years, I'm not getting better. If someone buys it in the meantime, I'll let them buy it. There's information on my website, or you can go to Patreon if you want to talk to me. But we got a little sign somewhere for sale, and we're going to go through and do all the little projects we wanted to do. And I'm doing everything I can do, and maybe I'll get better. I think I'm going to, but again, Dunning-Kruger. And maybe I won't, and at least I'll have a really, really, really fun time and not just be like thrown off the back of the boat, like, your sailing career is over. And so I've been also getting lots of neat stuff for Kimchi, like a lead line and a sextant, and trying to get, maybe, I always have this fantasy that she can sail the boat, and I can just, when I get sick, I can just go down and lay down. We've got the most comfortable berth on earth on this boat. God, I love this boat so much. And just lay down and call out orders like, tack, jive, you hit it. So Well, we'll see. Anyways, at some point you just have to face reality and be like, maybe it's time to get a Sprinter van and do some land-based activities like I used to. I haven't been done van life in a very, 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 very long time. We're car camping right now because we can't stand the boat. We're making fires and cooking amazing meals and playing with the dog. The dog is at a different level of happiness than I've ever seen. Our whole lives revolve around her anyways, but it's even better. So this is episode 1 of what could be 1 episode or what could be 7,000 episodes. We're leaving here in a couple days, and then we're going to come back. We're moving to the boat, and we'll be back here within a bicycling distance to the boat by October 1st. And I'm just going to go to it. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is refinish the entire interior of the boat. It looks gorgeous, but it's 34 whatever years old. I just want to put some fresh varnish and maybe go satin instead of, I don't know, just play with it and enjoy it. And so we've been getting tools and just piles and piles of little things that we want to add to the boat. And so as much as it sucks now, just like I would love to be out sailing right now up in Canada and chasing grizzly bears or whatever. But I've been doing this for 45 years straight. At some point you just got to be like, well, that was my last hurrah. Moving on, doing something different. And so I don't know if I want to, I was planning on restoring the sextant box, but it looks so nice, old and roughed up. And I kind of consider doing a Larry Party where he takes the lid off and then mounts it right up here out of the way somewhere and put little chains, and then it can just drop down and you can get the sextant and then lock back up. I don't know if I have those kind of mad skills, but I certainly have the place to do it. And I should probably put this over here so Kimchi can play with her new toy. Oh, I somewhere have little green felts on the boat that we can stick under it so it doesn't scratch up all the varathane on the table. Anyways, I've babbled enough. So if my eyes and the disabilities that they've given me are the worst things that have ever happened to me, I'm the luckiest person in the world. I've never let it slow me down. I've never let it stop me. I do the best I can do. I fall a lot. I crash my bike a lot. Whatever it is, I get up, dust myself off, and to keep living. And if nothing else, I appreciate every single second. Every day I wake up alive. I'm so happy that I got one more day. When it's pouring rain, I'm like, oh, look at the beautiful rain. When it's sunny, I'm like, I'm going to go play in the sun. Everything matters 10 times more because at the age of 15, I was told your life is over. And now at 58, it's never been over. I just kept fighting for what I wanted and always had to keep it a secret and kind of hide it. And now it's at the point where I just can't. It's too far gone. I can't keep it a secret. I just almost killed her brand new sextant. The guy called me. I went running down to meet him in the parking lot and then tripped and almost went flat on my face. I was like, oh God, that's going to be the shortest lived thing ever. Anyways, I've talked too much. I'm out. We will be back to our normal boring videos off the boat next week. Ciao.